it's like the meme where they're like, just the inside is like completely black and like shaded out, and their soul is just like dead. He physically did that dating Tilda Swinton, even though his whole thing is to fulfill the wishes. Hello, welcome to Erin and Justin's late night couch sessions. After we watch new movies and review them at 11 o'clock at night.
Hot takes right before bed.
On tonight's... we're giving you the fresh hot takes before you pass out. Well, tonight we watched 3,000 Years of Longing. I hope that's the name of the movie.
My name is Alethea. My story is true.
It is a... What kind of movie is it, Erin?
Fantasy drama?
Like a fantasy being the main word here.
Make a wish! Save yourself!
It's a George Miller movie who made the Mad Max movies. Did you know that? Did you watch Mad Max?
I don't know what Mad Max is, but I'm sure it's cool.
You didn't watch the Fury Road Mad Max, like the really popular one?
Don't know what that is.
Alright, so we have Exorcist and Fury Road to watch for our future reactions video.
A lot to unpack here. So, good parts of the movie. I liked how at first it had like a historical genie vibe, because he's a genie and he was discovered by people throughout history.
So, what will you wish for?
What is your heart's desire?
So I was like, this is cool. Then, because I'm a social studies teacher, love a good historical moment. Then here's where they lost me. This woman, don't know her name, red hair lady. She...
Played by Tilda Swinton.
But it is your story, and I cannot wait to see where it goes.
She, at first, like, I don't want to wish for anything from the genie who's telling her these stories. And then out of nowhere, it seems to me, she wishes that they would be in love. Don't really get that. And then they spend the rest of the movie talking about life and death and like philosophy. And that's where they lost me.
I do have a question. What does one do with 3 wishes?
You'll see.
I mean, I felt pretty much the same way, and we did talk to each other a little bit towards the end of this movie because it drags on like kind of way too long.
And it gets confusing a little bit.
It gets confusing, it's very ambiguous, and it's just like instead of like having a fun story, which it starts out so well of doing, it ends with all these weird like metaphors and talk about human nature and
love and life.
And love. I feel like this movie might have been like aimed towards like 45-year-old women. I don't know. It's a very like who haven't found love or want to find love. I couldn't really tell you, to be honest.
It ends up in her like getting rejected, kind of. So it's like
by the djinn, yeah. So
like, I feel like that want to inspire me to find.
So I want to say the first half of this movie really was somewhat invested. I think all the stuff, you know, with the history of the world and the prince's stories and all the other stories are pretty interesting. Like, it definitely was fun to watch. The movie definitely had, you know, its own style that was very interesting, and I was really invested for the first half, but then as soon as it... okay, so this is... Originally, when I heard about this movie, I thought it was all going to be about Tilda Swinton and her 3 wishes. And when I thought about that, I was like, that doesn't sound interesting. And the first half of the movie is about the djinn's life and all the different people who had wishes through him. And that's like when I think the movie was the most fun, is when you heard like the history of the actual genie.
They're going through the Ottoman Empire.
I didn't realize that's the angle the movie was going to go in, and when it did go in that direction, I was having like lots of fun. So of course, as soon as it ended with Tilda Swinton's wishes, it then became kind of like a little bit... Any crazy things that happened, it just seemed to be like what she wished for the genie to love him and love her, and
It didn't work out.
And even the genie who has to grant wishes.
He started like decomposing.
Yeah, I think it was like a metaphor for like a guy who's stuck in a relationship with a person they don't want to be with. Like they're literally dying on the inside. It's like the meme where they're like, just the inside is like completely black and like shaded out, and their soul is just like dead. He physically did that dating Tilda Swinton, even though his whole thing is to fulfill the wishes.
It was kind of sad.
It was sad, but kind of funny at the same time. Like, damn, that's tough when like a genie's whole thing is like granting your wish and they're like, I can't grant this one.
He's just not that into you. Now that's a good movie.
Beginning to wish we'd never met.
Don't say that!
So but I don't even know that's what they're really going for. I couldn't tell you what they were going for. The ending just was very ambiguous, like I said, and just didn't really make a lot of sense. It was a salt shaker. Erin, do you want to give your score?
Sure. I'll give it 5.
Damn, we always do this. But I mean, to be honest, I kind of agree with her. I'll go ahead and say 6. I don't feel bad saying 6. There's this movie is a lot of fun when it's, you know, not.
First half, very good.
Dude, the first half is amazing.
Second half bad.
It just ends like kind of like so.
You're like, what?
It's just kind of like underwhelming. There's no climax. You went from all these crazy fun stories to like a really cheesy love story where they're like talking about human nature and civilization. It's just like, I don't know. But I will give it a 6. If they would have just kept going, if they could even had that ending, but give us something more to chew on at the end instead of racist neighbors and wearing masks on the bus or whatever the hell they were doing. So I'm gonna say 6. I thought it was very fun at a lot of points.
5.
All right, there you have it.
That's it. Bam.
All right, see ya.
I have a wish.